Rijkaard. And here's Hullet. Koller. Soboslai. Italy in a very solid position, 2 to the good. Not the most accurate pass. But he's cut it out. Great hit! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Carlos is offering a right smile there. I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Messi is firing after that one. Valverde. Messi, well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Hullet. Oh, he's getting hounded, really hounded. Hullet. That is lovely. Plenty to aim at here. And Hullet! And again the keeper stands strong. Italy get their 4th corner. Koller! Inter Milan have the chance to go the other way. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. He's had a hit! Yes! And surely that settles it.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Valverde. Roberto Carlos. And the ball's gone astray. Just eases him off the ball. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Vieira. Koller. Now it's Joao Felix. Robertson. Over to the other side. And no, that was never going to make it. Alexander-Arnold. Soboslai wins the duel this time. Rijkaard. For Soboslai. Alexander-Arnold going full steam ahead down the left flank. And he's managed to get free. He's under a lot of pressure there.
Well, from experience, I can tell.
Chance! Vieira. Ahead by 3, but they won't want to take their foot off the pedal. Van Dijk. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. And it's Roberto Carlos. Tries to crash through the challenge, but no. Szoboszlai. And it's Hullet. It's Hullet. That has been cut short. Played out to the left flank. And he cuts out the supply. Akanji. He's found a way through. He's making a real surge on the left. Very nicely done. Roberto Carlos. Now the finish! And that is the last effort of the game. Perfect result, perfect outcome. A test passed with flying colours. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking? Well, the premise of the tournament is simple. Every team, of course, is striving to make the latter stages. That's where they all want to be. No doubt these two harbour very similar ambitions. A good show here, absolutely crucial. And the matchday noise at this place is truly special. The pride, the passion, it adds to a massive sense of occasion. There's the whistle, and here we go. And it's Cavani. And he cuts out the supply. Could have been dangerous, but it came to nothing. Pull it.
We've seen many free role players that have graced the game, but Ruud Gullit is amongst the elite.
Well, no one would argue with that, Jim, but what do you identify as special in him?
Well, so physically powerful and intimidating, and I think his athleticism helps him get through a fierce amount of work.
Well, nothing quite like him in the modern era.
Agreed.
Pull it. And it's Roberto Carlos. Szoboszlai picks it up out wide. Roberto Carlos. Collier. Has a go! Roberto Carlos clears it away. Nesta spots it and intercepts. Szoboszlai. Oh, there's a probing ball. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Italy clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Great work on the overlap. Oh, smashing header! Firm header, just off target.
And he did so well to get himself there. What a good effort.
Nesta cuts it out, and it's Gullit. Great defending, strong and determined. Rijkaard gets a foot in here. Well, that's well seen too. Well, they could break here. Now it's Gullit. And here's Ronaldinho. Roberto Carlos. Terrific header! No, he couldn't get the direction he needed.
Now that was a slick move, and there were several options in the box to pick out.
Szoboszlai. Now it's Roberto Carlos. Played it. Big header! Hits it again, but still no joy.
How hard can it be to time a jump with the right contact? It's not that difficult, is it?
And claimed it back swiftly. Pull it. Pull it. Oh, the less said about that pass, the better. Italy are seeing more of the ball, but still aren't carrying much goal threat. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. And it's Hullet. Pirlo. Real chance here. And he's made sure that's not getting through.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Now it's Hullet. Al-Nassr look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time.
Can he finish? It's just beyond his reach. Now it's Szoboszlai. Nice ball, and he's in here. Collar! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Keeper's dealt with that. Roberto Carlos touches it back.
That's good pressure. It gave him no other choice.
Cavani. Oh, that's beautifully weighted. Nesta cuts out the pass. Hullet. Now it's Hullet. No, that's been intercepted. Pirlo. Ronaldinho. Cavani. Cavani showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Costa Curta gets over and intercepts. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Hullet in acres of space out wide. Ronaldinho. And it's Roberto Carlos.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Good ball over the top. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Roberto Carlos. Szoboszlai. Ronaldinho. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Well, perhaps not full of thrills and spills, but a game which has been of a very high level, certainly defensively, as both teams walk off unscathed. A tight affair, 0-0 at the break. So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break.
Cambio di giocatori.
And we're off again.
Italy clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Nesta. Played out to the left flank. Roberto Carlos. Now it's Hullet. That's Rijkaard. And here's Hullet. Triol. Alcantara. Nesiri.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Great ball, and he's in here.
Kohler, well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
That's a nicely measured pass. Oh, well played, well played.
Italy making a fresh attempt to release someone in behind from back to front, and this is something different.
Now it's Roberto Carlos. Played in by Roberto Carlos.
Okay, it didn't quite come off. The execution, I think, needs a retry, maybe with a better outcome.
Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Throw in.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Pullet plays it in. Costa Curta. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well timed. Excellent interception. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Now it's En-Nesyri. Now it's Owen. He's in plenty of space here. Roberto Carlos cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
And it's Roberto Carlos. Great ball if he can get there. There's the shot! And he has kept it out somehow.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
That's an excellent interception. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, that was vital. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Roberto Carlos looking to get on the end of this. And that should get the job done.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Oh, that's well spotted. Pullet. Pullet. Could be danger here. Shapes to shoot! It's a goal! That could turn out to be a huge, huge goal!
Look, before we can even delve into the detail, the significance of taking the lead should be our initial reflection, and that's priceless.
Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, that pretty much works out as a gift due to the space he was afforded in the box.
Sostituzione per l'Italia. Numero 19, numero 23, Van Buiten. Lasciano il campo per il numero 42, Yaya Touré, il numero 3.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, there is that saying, Peter, that if it isn't broke, don't try and fix it. But I suppose you don't want to risk anything in a game like this.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough. That is good alertness. Zanetti does really well to win the ball there. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And it's Hullet. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. Van Dijk promptly onto that, and that is that. That has ended up in no man's land. Alcantara. Van Dijk. Forwards and with intent. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped.
Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Hullet clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Italy have their third corner. Up he goes! Really well taken goal. 2 up now, and they are cruising. It is a good finish. The odds were against him, little matter.
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
And yes, it's him again. Italy could not have picked a better time to snatch a 2-goal lead. Is there still time for a response?
Well, that's a really bitter blow.
And that will be the final act. Perfect result, perfect outcome. A test passed with flying colours. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?